Long time ago, beneath a sky bruised with twilight, a lone traveler rode across vast deserts and mountain ridges. His name was Dhul Qarnayn, a wise and just ruler blessed by God. Clad in a cloak of deep indigo, he bore the weight of nations on his shoulders. Wherever he went, he brought peace, justice, and protection. As he reached the land between two mountains, he encountered a tribe who spoke a strange, fragmented language. With effort, he learned of their fears. "O mighty one," they pleaded through a translator, "behind this range lives a savage people, Yajuj and Majuj. They devour everything, destroy crops, and spill blood without mercy. Will you help us build a barrier?" Dhul Qarnayn stood in silence, staring toward the jagged peaks. A cold wind howled between the mountains, as if warning of what lay beyond. Scene 2: The Iron Wall. The next morning, the valley buzzed with activity. Under Dhul Qarnayn's command, iron was melted in huge furnaces and poured into molds. They built a colossal wall of iron and copper, stretching from mountain to mountain, strong and impenetrable. The people watched as the molten metal cooled, glowing like the sun. When the work was done, Dhul Qarnayn placed his hand on the wall and declared, "This is a mercy from my Lord, but when the promise of my Lord comes, he will make it crumble. The time will come, and they will surge forth once again." From the other side of the wall, distant screeches and pounding echoed in the wind. The people trembled, but the wall stood firm. Scene 3: Centuries beneath the earth. For centuries, Yajuj and Majuj remained trapped. Within the dark realm beyond the wall, their numbers grew like wildfire. They were monstrous in nature, some tall as trees, with eyes glowing red like embers, others hunched and crawling, with claws like knives and teeth like daggers. Every day they scratched and pounded the wall. Every night they would stop, only to find the wall as strong as ever by morning. Generations passed. Civilizations rose and fell. The world forgot the wall, but they did not forget. Scene 4: The breach begins. In the far future, the earth trembled. The oceans boiled. The signs foretold by prophets began to unfold. On a cold morning, a deep rumble echoed across the mountains. A crack split the iron wall like lightning across stone. For the first time in thousands of years, light pierced the shadows of their prison. Yajuj screamed in unison, a deafening, ancient cry of freedom and rage. They poured through the breach like a flood, millions upon millions, devouring, burning, crushing everything in their path. Their hunger knew no bounds. Nations tried to stop them. Armies from the east and west fell before them like sandcastles against a storm. No weapon could harm them, no wall could contain them. The sky darkened with smoke. The earth was scorched. Cities turned to ashes. Rivers turned red. Humanity fled, helpless, crying out to the heavens. In the Holy Land, the last of the faithful gathered around Prophet Isa, Jesus, who had returned to guide the people. He raised his hands to the sky and prayed. Scene 6: Divine Rescue. In answer to the prayer, a miracle unfolded. From the heavens, God sent a new force, a silent, invisible enemy. Tiny creatures, unseen to the eye, entered the bodies of Yajuj and Majuj. One by one, the giants fell, their bodies piling like mountains upon the land. Peace returned, but the destruction left behind was vast. The survivors emerged, looking upon the remains of the creatures that had once threatened to end all life. Scene 7: The Aftermath and Legacy. Years passed, greenery returned. Rivers flowed again. People rebuilt what had been lost. But the memory of Yajuj remained carved into the soul of mankind. In the valley between the two mountains, where the broken walls still stood in ruins, a monument was raised, not of fear, but of remembrance. Let this remind the world of what once was, and what could be again. Evil is never truly gone,